Neil Alexander and Suzanne Alexander are amazing people, and tonight is not a fundraiser. You know, it's nice to have people together to say thank you, and this isn't a fundraiser tonight. This is really a night for all of the people that have been supporting Neil and Suzanne and their family and Live Like Blue, just for us to say thank you. And it's really an honor for Kurt and myself to be able to sponsor an evening like this. And looking around the room, I know that everyone in this room has had a special connection to this cause, to the people in it, and to the cause of ALS. And really, it's Pittsburgh. You know, the people in Pittsburgh, in my opinion, are absolutely amazing in the way. And I'm looking out, then I saw Sean Alexander, who is Neil's sister, and I thought, it's not just Pittsburgh, because she worked in Ohio, and her company got behind her in this cause too. But it is people that really come together. Maybe it's people in the United States, but people get together and rally around a cause when it's important. And the things that they do are just amazing. So this is really an opportunity for us to say thank you and to say we're not done. It's not a fundraiser tonight, but we're not done fighting for this cause. And we know that we've got a great team of people in this room and people that aren't here tonight that are behind the cause. And I thought I would just tell you a few of the things that have been done, and I know I'll miss a lot because there have been so many things that people have just risen up and coordinated and organized, and then people show up for them. And you know, some of those things are Hefren Tillotson has a Dow event, and some of you are not at Hefren Tillotson, have been to the Dow event. This was a Drinking on Wednesdays event, and so that's the Dow, Drinking on Wednesday. But it was really a way for people, once Neil was diagnosed, to get comfortable with saying, how do we deal with this? You know, how do we deal with this relationship and not feel uncomfortable asking questions? And it kind of came from a conversation that Neil had with Don Belt in our office. But ideas like that perk up. We've had the bike ride for several years, which is a fundraiser. There have been numerous fundraisers. The golf event that Tim and Ann Shields have hosted with the senior event, which has been a fantastic event. We've had kids that have done events. I think it was Taekwondo that the kids actually did fundraisers, and I could go on and on. So if I didn't mention yours, I know there were just a couple events within the last couple weeks. It's not because we don't recognize them. I would take too long to go through the list, but that's the way that people in this city and in this community rise up, and they do things that are unexpected. One of the organizations that has really gotten behind this too has been the Pittsburgh Pirates. And in a little while, I'll introduce Frank Coonley, but he has gotten behind this in so many important ways. And part of it is that I have to tell you a little bit about Neil Alexander and this person that I know. Neil joined us about 15 years ago, and Neil was pretty acceptable. He actually came in to interview, but he didn't really want a job with us. And so he didn't take the first job we offered him. But about 2 years later, I called him because we had another opportunity, and he did take that job. And it's been one of the best things that has happened to Hefren Tillotson. But he came in and he turned around a department that really needed some attention, so he got promoted to Chief Operating Officer. And then he decided that he wanted to set up a new division that serviced the 401k and retirement plan market. And the terminology he used for that was noble purpose. He found a book that was called Noble Purpose, gave me a copy of the book, and that really was our noble purpose, to help people plan for retirement, because he'd seen so many mistakes in the way people had done that. You know, when Neil gets an idea, you don't say no. You know, he's very hard to turn down. So fortunately he's had a lot of great ideas and has been very involved in the strategic planning and the direction of this company on the board and in senior management roles. But most important, he loves this community. And you know, Neil and Suzanne made a purposeful decision to come back to Pittsburgh when they moved back here. And you know, we're just very grateful that they did. But they love Pittsburgh. They love the tradition of Pittsburgh and the history. If you ever have been to his home, you'll see history book after history book. And I remember him expanding my library pretty dramatically as I started to hear about the things that he was reading. But he's all about values too, and family. And you know, Neil is an extremely loyal person, and this will lead into the Pittsburgh Pirates, because when Neil came back to Pittsburgh, Neil I don't think you ever missed an opening game, did you? He has never missed an opening game, but even before he came back to Pittsburgh, he's been a Pirates fan forever through some pretty tough years. And so, Frank, we're grateful for the excitement that we've had the last few years, but he's extremely loyal. He is purposeful in everything that he does, and he has taken this, this really difficult situation and turned it into something that brings people like this together in ways that you just can't imagine or that we couldn't imagine.